there's some area in your life where you want to do so many things. You want to do unlimited things, and there are unlimited options. And there are some areas in that domain where you have also found results, and that although you have seen certain results, but the way is very far. I have to go quite a bit before I can make that step finally. But yet you are convinced that one day I will go there, and that's very good. But there is always a but. In this material world, there is always a but. There was, there is, and there will always be a but. But there are certain restrictions put to you, which you are becoming aware of slow and steadily. But you have not yet started feeling those restrictions. Alright, but it's very likely that by the mid of July, you will start feeling those restrictions. Oh. You'll feel as if none of your efforts are being appreciated. Or maybe they are appreciated, but not to the way that you thought it would have been. Alright, or maybe they are appreciated to the fullest, but at the end it is becoming difficult, more and more challenging to get your agenda through. Alright, so this could happen in the areas which Venus rules, depending on your ascendant, Lagna, rising sign. Alright, so there you go. Today we will discuss the opposition of Venus and Saturn in Gemini and Sagittarius till the end of July, I would say, and thereby we will see how this transit will affect us. Alright, and if you are new, then please like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. And individually the horoscopes will give their flavor depending on your dashas and your original planets placed in Gemini and Sagittarius, and of course your Mahadasha and the Antardasha planets. They will hold the ultimate say. So if you want a description of your own personal horoscope depending on the individual areas, then you could go down to my description section, where you will find the link to my website to book a reading with me. And yes, God is there with you all the time. Just look to Him and you will find Him. Okay, so once I was in a satsang program, and there was a question which was asked. Well, now you may be thinking, oh, it's astrology time and he has started talking of satsang. Well, I'm very sure you'd love this. So there was a person who had asked a question to the speaker. There was a Srimad Bhagavatam class going on. That who is rich and who is poor actually. Yes. So many times people mail me by saying that, sir, I want a career consultation from you, money reading from you to improve my finances, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But my situation is that I'm always poor. Yes. But then when I look at their horoscope, sometimes I see they're earning quite well. But why do they feel that they are poor? Now, is it that they are just superficially telling that they are poor, or they are miserable? No. That is also indicated in the horoscope, that they are feeling as if they are poor. But why? Because the desires which they have is more than the money which they have. So, how to define somebody is rich or poor? If your desires, unfulfilled desires, I would say, are more than your assets, then you are poor. And if your desires are less than your unfulfilled desires are less than your existing assets, then you are very rich. So now maybe the wealthiest person in the world, I don't know who is he now, the king of Amazon or the king of Microsoft, whoever they are, or Facebook or Google or whoever they are, or maybe somebody like Ambani. So how do you know that a person is rich or poor? Well, that will depend on their desires, right? So a beggar may also be poor according to this standard, and a rich person, a millionaire, may be rich. Or it could be the other way around, that the beggar may be the most rich, but billionaire, a trillionaire may be the most poverty-stricken person. So that is how Vedic scriptures describe, and this is what the speaker had answered in the Srimad Bhagavatam class, and I was amazed to hear this, that yes, that is the definition of somebody who is rich and somebody who is poor. Well, now you may be thinking, why in the universe am I talking of all these things here? Well, this is exactly the situation in the areas which Venus rules in our chart. Okay. So whenever a planet gets aspected or conjunct Saturn in transit, you could feel, depending on your dasha, of course, my quote unquote saying, depending on your dasha, that your assets or your ability to achieve those things in life is not at par with your desires. All right. Because you will feel as if there is a restriction. So as I said in one of my videos recently, that restriction doesn't mean that you can't get what you want. Restriction can also mean that you do not get things to that extent to which you want. All right. So that is what is happening now. Venus and Saturn are getting very close in these 7 axes that transit, because one is in Gemini and one is in Sagittarius. And do not forget, Sun, Rahu and Ketu are also in that axis. Alright, so Sun will leave after 15th of July, but Rahu will still be there, and Saturn will also be there in Sagittarius. So now what happens is, Venus is in Gemini. So when a planet transits Gemini, I have seen there is a superficial hope and optimism about getting things done, not making things happen, I would say, but getting things done. There's a slight difference. Making things happen means you do the hard work what is necessary for that, and getting things done means the end result matters. How you do that, it doesn't matter. So because Gemini has these traits, it could happen that you find out superficial ways to get things done regarding the houses which Venus rules in your chart. All right. And therefore now Saturn is aspecting. So however, so imagine like this, there's a person who is riding a bike, and he is going right left, breaking all the rules, restrictions and regulations, which sometimes planets, when they transit Gemini, we have a tendency to do. And then the police is going behind, the police is also going like this, right left. So the thief or the person who is breaking the rules, they might feel that yes, I am doing everything to counter the police, and you see, the police cannot catch me because I am faster than the police. But one point in time, he will realize that no, now I must surrender to the police or I am dead. What if there's another police coming from that side, right? What if there's another police coming from the right or from the left? So what do you do that time? So long story cut short, in a sense, now is the time till the end of July, when Venus is conjunct Rahu, that superficial things have gone beyond a certain extent. Yes, desires are reaching to such an extent that maybe even if Lord Vishnu appears, he will also say, sorry sir, I cannot fulfill your desires. It's too much for me also. Of course, there's nothing which he can't do. But maybe even he says like this, when a planet conjuncts Rahu, and that too in the sign of Gemini, it's like, a double blow. It's like 10 to the power 10. It's not 10 into 10. It's like 10 times, to the power of 10. Something like this. So then when Saturn throws the aspect, Saturn is restriction, limitations, boundaries, reality. So then it could happen that our life becomes like that thief which is running, and we might think that yes, I will get through it. Gemini is dual, so if this doesn't work, I will take that way out. Very smart, right? But always remember, the universe is more smart. Law of karma is millions and billions and trillions of times more smarter than you or me. All right, so do not break the traffic rules, do not challenge the government or the police. I hope you understand who is the police here. All right, it's not the literal police. Okay, so now regarding the houses which Venus rules, do whatever it takes, but don't take the easy way out. And if you feel that your desires are more, then now maybe it is a good time to have a reality check, because the cause of anxiety is unending expectations. That is the only reason of anxiety. And that is why they say when a planet is in the Saturn Rahu axis, it feels as if it is under curse. Why? Because Rahu gives you expectations and Saturn gives you limitations. So imagine a person who has too many expectations and then he gets frustrated every day in, day out. All right, so how does it feel? Life feels like a curse, right? So that is why they say this is a very challenging transit. But the remedy is very simple. Of course, it's easier said than done. That we need to realize that we will only get what is ordained by our own destiny, our law of karma. All right, so if something is coming according to its own accord, we accept it, there is no problem. But if things are getting beyond our control, then if we try to break the traffic and we go and do some nonsense, then the repercussions will be very high. All right, and this is not a threatening, this is just something which I have seen. This is from my recent experience which I have seen. In fact, Venus has already entered Gemini some time back. All right, and I am starting to see these things in lives of so many people. Okay, so there you go. If you are new, then please like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you want a consultation regarding this transit, you could always go down to the description section where you'll find the link to my website. Okay, God is there with you all the time. Just look to him and you will find him. Namaste.